what it is that you're looking for. Sometimes it's an interior designer, it's antique dealers, hoteliers. So the client tells me what they're looking for. And then often they'll tell me, I want to go to the south of France. And I'm like, that's great, you're going to have a great time in the south of France, but honestly, you're not going to buy any great mid-century modern there, so you might want to rethink where you're going to go. So first of all, we're going to tell you where you should shop. Second of all, we're going to take you there. You're going to book your own airfare, you're going to book your own hotel. We'll give you some recommendations on hotels, but honestly, we don't want to be involved in the travel. We want to help you shop. Each day, we're going to pick you up in the morning, we're going to go out with you all day, and we have custom planned. Just like Garrow said, we go out, we see what you're looking for, we plan an itinerary. Most of our clients book 3 to 5 days, but you can book 1 day, you can book 3 weeks. And on the tour, we're going to translate, negotiate, and then we, in addition to doing antique buying tours, we have AD&Co Logistics. It's a separate company, and that is our shipping division. We do art and antique shipping around the world. And so then we're going to help you get it home.
Actually, this question is for all of you, so we'll start with you, Garrow. What are your favorite markets, and why?
Well, for me, as Toma was saying, you have to really know what you're looking for, and for any of you that know my work, I'm sort of a classicist, but have a more modern, streamlined sort of interpretation of that style. And we do tend to look for a lot of mid-century modern pieces, and they're difficult to find in New York sometimes at a good price point. So I actually love the Serpette market. It's the Marché aux Puces, which is basically at Port Clignancourt in Paris. And that is the first place I take my clients when we get there. Of course, I always go and preview it the day before. And then, as Robert was saying, you always have to go religiously with your floor plans so that you can really make sure that whatever you're shopping for, you're doing it conscientiously. It is really easy to go there and fall in love with 25 different things. And just this past time, 2 weeks ago, I was there and I found this hutch cabinet that was like the secretary and this desk, and it had these gorgeous cabriole legs, and it was Macassar, and it was just gorgeous, and it was like 2,600 euros, and I was like, I need to find a home for this piece of furniture. I obsessively emailed it to every single one of my clients.
What about you, Robert? What's your favorite?
I think Paris is my favorite. I've been with Toma to Paris and also to Parma in Italy. And Parma is more of an antique show, I'd say. And I think Paris is just, there's so many antique shops. I mean, there's so many markets. I mean, there are all these little alleys you go down, and it really is like treasure hunting. And I think it's really enjoyable. I mean, this last trip, I spent 2 8-hour days at the market. I was fried by it.
I saw him there.
Yeah. It's like, you take that side, I'll take it. But it really is. It's a wonderful experience. And I think, as we were discussing earlier, it needs to be demystified. It's not that complex. It's not that difficult. It's not that scary.
Especially as Toma said, she's organized, the shipping. And even the flea markets have these shippers there that consolidate, things for you. But the important thing is the anecdotal factor. I have clients in Long Island that I've taken them shopping now 3 times in Paris. And the first time I took them dragging, like kicking and screaming, they refused to go. And then they loved it so much that 4 months later they insisted on coming with me. And I said, well, you're done. Why are you coming with me? We just want to go.
It's an addiction.
But they have these anecdotal pieces of furniture that they, their coffee table in their living room, they tell everybody that comes to visit them about how they negotiated with a vendor, how they bargained down the price, and how it went on and on and on, and how we just sort of like played the game, and this was something that they took with them.
It's really good to have that as part of the story, right? Because they're really engaged in the process, and they're part of it, and they do have a story to tell.
I think the pieces become a talking point, and it's a memory, and it's something that's almost collected.
The French word souvenir is actually memory. And I love it because that's what you do when you're buying antiques overseas. You're buying memories.
Exactly, yeah. Right.
So now, did you answer the question? Do you have a favorite market?
I did not answer the question, and of course I'm excited to. No, I have to tell you something.
Drum roll.
We're all waiting.
We are all waiting with bated breath for the answer to this question.
Okay, in fact, Garrow asked me this in advance, and I said, nope, I can't tell you. If I tell you, I have to kill you, and it would be a bloodbath.
Turn on your video cameras.
Okay, no, a couple of years ago, something happened to me. I got bored. I was like, I've seen it. I've done it. I'm bored. I'm like, I want to see something new. And I love the Paris flea market. It is my happy place. If I have one happy place on earth, it's the Paris flea market. Honestly, this type of question is like asking a mother to choose her favorite child, because I love all of them.
Yeah, but for different reasons.
For different reasons. However, about 2 years ago, for the first time in a long time, my heart skipped a beat. And I was antiquing, and I was in Bali. And I have to tell you, it changed my perspective. I had no intention of starting antique buying tours in Asia, and what I believe is what's next in interior design. I think Asian antiques are going to sweep over the industry, and the reason I say this is because we've all seen it all. We've all done it all. We're wanting something fresh. We're wanting something new. And what happened to me, and it was 2 specific places. In Bali, there's a place similar to the Paris flea market, but in Bali and in Chiang Mai, I got excited again. And so at the moment, to answer the question, my favorite place to antique, and I know I'm supposed to be answering Europe, my favorite place at the moment is in Southeast Asia. And you can ride elephants when you're there.